Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all dear friends. Thanks for feedback of past many days. And what I can say in response is that both India and Pakistan are welfare states, modern welfare states. Constitution of both these beautiful federations provides for modern welfare states. And uh, because of prevailing ignorance at mass scale, these both states are run like dictatorial entities. So that's why I do insist that now that we are having PTI government in power here in Pakistan and uh, leadership is quite educated, I do insist upon making education compulsory here in Pakistan, and India will follow the example. Education till 12th grade, compulsory and free for both these countries can bring good results in coming 20 to 25 years in terms of economic growth, in terms of improved relations between India and Pakistan, because previous generations were miserably failed with growth and with national security. And in Pakistan, we don't have that problem anymore because our prime minister is so educated and his team is comprised of educated people as well. And they know that if we will deprive our people from their fundamental human rights, which are guaranteed by our constitution, there will be uprisings, there will be protests, and there will be unrest. And that situation hampers economic activity and puts national security at stake as well because nation stands divided and agitated in such a situation. In previous decades, many a times fundamental rights were suspended by different rulers here in Pakistan and in India as well. So, because of prevailing dictatorial influences in the minds of past generations, uh, they were unable to understand the link between fundamental human rights, economic growth, and national security. And to make it understandable for everyone, of course, we need certain concrete measures like compulsory education for all till 12th grade, and not only compulsory and free education for all till 12th grade, but we must impart quality education. Well, Japanese were lucky enough that they were taught by American Marine Corps officers, and you see they are now economic superpower of the world. So you see the link between education and economic growth that is vividly available there. That example is available there in Japan. So here in Pakistan, we have arrangement for white professors. They come from United States of America to teach in our universities, and myself and my class fellows were lucky enough to have two Fulbright professors while we were doing MPhil in international politics. So our worldview is altogether different. We uh, think about economy in a different manner. Uh, we believe in enhanced purchasing power of the people to keep industry and agriculture sector running. Because if people will be able to buy their goods, everything will be fine here. And once we want to enhance the purchasing power of the people, for that we need creation of more jobs for them, and for the unemployed, we have to provide unemployment allowance so that everybody can have money and can contribute to the economy of Pakistan. India can follow the same example. They do follow examples, Pakistani examples. They do follow. Actually, very few people they know that before creation of Pakistan, India was uh, quite vulnerable and a weak state. And from Alexander the Great till Babur, that Mughal king, they all invaded India and conquered it easily. And with Britishers, they, there was Britishers. They had also conquered India and had colonized it. So uh, those realities uh, were vivid uh, and vivid examples in history when I was doing some little research to improve the lot of people of subcontinent. And, in fact, I was pushed towards it that I must help out. So uh, the big question here nowadays in subcontinent, is, especially in India, is that historical monument of that known as Taj Mahal. Uh, that is being disowned by Indian Prime Minister, and he says that that was built by foreigners. So I have to address this issue in detail. So Britishers, they too had conquered and had colonized subcontinent. Yeah, at that time was United India. So uh, unlike Mughals, you see, uh, if we go through the facts regarding nationality of evolution of nationality concept, we will come to know that people since long were migrating from one continent to another for multiple reasons, mostly economic and security in nature. So, in subcontinent, interestingly, uh, we had seen migration of aggressive nature. I mean, I don't want to say that Alexander the Great was fed up with his Greece fellows and he wanted to live here in the subcontinent. He came, he conquered, and he went back. He never had opted for living here permanently. And same was the case with the British rulers. But Mughals, they came and they had conquered and they had a prolonged stay, rather, they became citizens of India. That Babur was a citizen of India in a sense that he came as invader, but then he got settled here permanently. So whether he built Babri Mosque or he did anything else, somehow he was justified in doing that. Because he was in love with India and obviously he got settled here. Then his Shah Jahan, his son Shah Jahan, when he built that Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan was a natural born citizen of India. He took birth here, so Taj Mahal is property of the people of subcontinent because it was built by Indian nationals. So we have to have clear concept about uh, nationality and evolution of this concept, and by this way we can save our historical monuments here in subcontinent and can work for the betterment of the people. And when I say that India became invincible after creation of Pakistan, it is true that after 1947, India was never conquered by anyone. And prior to that, prior to 1947, India was a vulnerable and weak state conquered by everyone whosoever came through sea or through Khyber Pass. India was conquered by them. So after creation of Pakistan, after partition of United India in 1947, after that India was never conquered and is never conquered by anyone. And so much so that when during its war with China, Sino-Indian War, during Sino-Indian War or afterwards, uh, Field Marshal Ayub Khan, who was president of Pakistan, he had offered joint defense pact to India against all foreign aggressions. So Indian civil society must have clear concept about Pakistan. If they will support any aggressive establishment in India bent upon destroying people of Pakistan or killing people of Pakistan, they will be making themselves vulnerable again. If there is no Pakistan, there will be no India as well. And still, people in this world are so aggressive. Though India is a nuclear power, but there are certain reasons which I don't want to discuss here, which makes India vulnerable because it has something to do with religion. And I do respect all the religions, and there are certain racial reasons. You see, interesting racial reasons. Yesterday, I have got information from a source in India that Dravidians, the original Indians, are now only in South India, and almost everyone in India is of Aryan race. And I have checked and I have seen pointed nose of the RSS chief and Prime Minister Modi as well, and I found it Aryan. So their features, their height, and everything. The Indians are small people, original inhabitants of the subcontinent. They are short in height and black in color. So Prime Minister Modi by himself is Aryan, and so he's not a native of India. His forefathers also came from abroad uh, because Aryan race was alien here a few centuries ago in subcontinent. Original inhabitants of subcontinent are Dravidians. So they are chief of RSS and Prime Minister of India. They are against themselves when they disown uh, that Taj Mahal in Agra and refuse to save it from bad impacts of environmental pollution. Or once they favor demolition of Babri Mosque, which was also built by a foreigner aggressor who became national of India by getting settled here. So, like Prime Minister ancestors, he also came from abroad. So, we must settle this nationality issue by clearing our concept about it. That once you see, just take example of that mother of all federations known as India. Sorry, known as United States of America. And you will find that natives were original natives. There were Red Indians, and rest of the population is of immigrants. But now they are citizens of United States of America because they got settled there. So this world is for humans, and humans, for one reason or another, opt for migration sometimes. And humans, they love each other, whether they're Dravidians or Aryans. They learn to live together. Only animals, they don't have that sense. Uh, Big animals, they eat small animals with impunity. And no revolutions, no protests occur in jungle in organized society, which is known as state. Humans, they live in peace with each other and try to improve living standards and try to achieve perfection sometimes, as you can see that in developed European democracies and in United States of America as well. So I don't find any reason for prevailing tensions here in subcontinent between India and Pakistan, except ignorance. And for that, I always insist that if the leadership of both these countries they realize importance of education and can promulgate orders in that respect from today, uh, that will be great. That talented education is free for everyone and compulsory for everyone. And if these governments can arrange teachers who can impart quality education, who can come up with syllabus which can provide for equal education for everyone, that will be great. Then subcontinent will be having big and bright future. And to improve the situation, me and my friends in journalism, in politics, will be working in that respect to spread education through informal means, and will try to resolve all the issues which people of subcontinent or elsewhere in the world are facing today. We have to bring in politics of peace in nuclear age. We have to uh, make that idea of war obsolete in nuclear age. We cannot, as humans, as rational humans, as reasonable humans, we cannot afford to have any sort of war. And we have to throw away that concept of politics of revenge, and for that, efforts are needed at large scale, and through writings, through lecturing, we can improve the situation. And I'm doing my part of job, and the situation is improving gradually. Things are becoming better. I wish all the best to all of you and good luck as well.